Well, welcome to the show. You're probably all wondering, how did he get his own show? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, is affirmative action. You know, people say you should get your job on merit, which is true. You should only get your job on merit. You ask anybody, hey, how'd you get your job? What do they say? I knew somebody who got theirs on merit. They got me in. Finally, a crowd that laughed at that one. When you go in anywhere, you have to throw a name around. You know, if you have one to throw. How do you think I got this job? I walked in Comedy Central. I said, I know Mo Rocca. Just a quick producer note from now on. I don't think they should applaud that loud after the credits when they applauded that low for when I left, because then it makes me look like, or else let's lose the opening. Just a little thing. I'm not a pro, but come on. Affirmative action is a tough question because, you know, on the one hand, now my grandfather came over here from Northern Ireland because they wouldn't hire Catholics. That's why he came over here, because he was a Catholic. Now, I know what you're saying. It's true. He was trying to get a job as a rabbi. But even still, affirmative action is a noble idea, but is it practical to expect people to embrace it if it would end up costing them their own job? I don't know. Anybody? Keith? No, go ahead. Oh, look. I like that. I like Keith with his pipe. You think you're like Alvin Poussin?
Yeah. Except it was cracking it.
That's how you started off, stupid?
Just go ahead with your job affirmative.
First of all, I want to dispel a rumor or the misconception, the fact that affirmative action is losing white people jobs. That's just wrong. Affirmative action has been around for 35 years, just about. And as recently as 2000, I believe, 1.3 unemployed black civilians compared to 112 employed white civilians. So where the hell is this? Where are people going at to see that white people are losing jobs at the Kentucky Fried in Harlem? It's just not happening.
I need a calculator to respond to.
I know.
I
had to bring it out there, man.
I need to memorize that.
He can't get loaded for bear.
The reality is,
taking any prisoners.
The reality is affirmative action hasn't worked. The black poverty rate hasn't changed since before the Civil Rights Act. It's been the same. And any system that separates people based purely on race is just not going to work. Because as long as we live in two completely separate cultures, that's part of the problem, you have to admit. I mean, black guys don't get hired in certain jobs. It's not racial, it's cultural. You can look like Donny Osmond, but if you show at the interview going, you know, where the white bitches at? You know, you ain't going to get the job.
And why are you looking at me like, plus a lot of them. Hold on, let me respond to this. He looked at me like I was the guy showing up at the place saying where the white bitches at.
Well, that's his opening line from his act. People
have to compromise all the time, though. I mean, we're compromising. We're on the show. Could risk our careers for being on here, right? I mean, hey.
That's true. The best thing that's ever happened to you. Now, shut up. Listen to me. First of all, affirmative action, low housing, all these programs keep minorities down and just keep them out of the white person's neighborhood. All it does is keep you down. I'm telling you, it doesn't give you self-esteem. You got to go out and get the job on your own merit. That's all to it. Stop stealing and work.
Leave the. He's speaking as a.
Let me say this.
As a Dominican.
Let me just get this out of the way. First of all, Vols, your daughter is going to be playing basketball most probably the rest of her life. So either she's going to date a black man or a black woman. Oh, so you take it from there.
Hey, let me tell you something. Colin has a better chance of going back to NBC before my daughter's date a black man or a black woman.
Now listen, we're getting off the subject, okay? Right. First of all, that was a good one.
I'm sorry.
I like the two earrings, Joey. Okay. It's nice to see you, Joey Fatone's father.
Shut up, Mr. Mid-Season Replacement.
Why is it... why aren't Asians included in affirmative action program?
I don't care. No, I'm
I know you don't want to talk about it.
I know why.
Now listen.
Because no big businesses have nail salons there.
You know what? That's another one of these. That's one of the ridiculous. There's so many ridiculous stereotypes about Asians. You hear they don't need affirmative action because they're smart, or which is ridiculous. It has nothing to do with that. It's that with those narrow eyes, they stay more focused, more easily. Do you think affirmative action works?
I mean, I wish there was another way to do this whole thing where you could just give everybody. Maybe what we should do is divide the jobs up by race. You know, the blacks could have sports and entertainment. They're kind of moving in on them anyway.
You guys didn't even want us to get sports here.
Shut up. I said you could have them just now, didn't I?
You said it now.
I'm giving it to you. Shut up. And give that shirt back to Curtis Mayfield in 1961. Now listen.
Oh, that's very good, fish stick legs.
Jesus.
You know, I think there is a way. There is a way for it to work. I mean, but you know, I think if you trace back to, you know, if there were black people who could trace their ancestors who had been slaves, and then you could find white people whose ancestors were slave owners, then you have them pay the people back. The problem is all the people whose ancestors were slave owners pretty much live in trailers now. They can barely afford Cheese Whiz, much less reparations.
But Jews were slaves way before that, okay? We built pyramids. They pick cotton. You know what I'm saying?
What? I don't know what you're saying.
What are you saying?
He's trying to say they were top of the line in slavery.
But it's only the rich people that want the affirmative action anyways. Rich white people, right? It's only the rich white people that are crying for the affirmative action anyways. It's not poor white people.
No, poor white people. Well, that's the thing. Affirmative action is a nice idea, but do you know anybody, would anybody here give up your job, realistically, even if you think affirmative action is a great thing, for somebody else? And give up your job? Of course you would.
No, we're lucky to have
I mean,
boss, if you...
I hate to make a devil's advocate argument here, but you kind of have to decide either black people are entitled to special treatment because of what was done to them in this country or not. And if they are, then it shouldn't really matter if 5 dumb white guys can't be firemen.
But is that special treatment?
Leave my people out of this.
That's not we're not getting special treatment.
Well, how does it make you feel if you got a job just because you were black, not because you're smart? How does that make you feel?
You got a job just because you're a woman. That's why you're sitting
here. Why? You're black. That's why you're here. What are
Let
you
me ask you this. In the year 2000...
Then why am I here?
In the year...
Because you're on good teeth.
Damn it, I had a good one. I should have got it earlier. It's too late now.
No, we want to
no, it's over.
All right.
I'll have to be happy with my Curtis Mayfield reference and going to Act 2. I wish the comedians were hired on merit. Then I could have Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Dennis Miller, and Gallagher 2 on here instead of you dummies. We'll be right back. There we go. All right. Now, porn is getting more extreme. Now you have celebrity porn, amateur porn, girls gone wild, animal porn. The only ones who can't get work in porn are the porn stars. They have to pretend to be amateurs just to get a part in their own movie. I swear by that one. I don't know why it doesn't. Is porn good or bad for society? That's my question.
It's like you said, I don't think porn in and of itself is bad, but it just keeps getting so extreme. And now with the internet, it's so available. It's like, it's just human nature to keep pushing the envelope. You know, you want to see if we can run the 4-minute mile. You want to see if we can land on Mars. You want to see how many loads an emotionally unstable woman can hold in her mouth at once. It's too extreme now.
I think it's too extreme.
Neil Armstrong would be very proud of that analogy.
I like it. I think it's very important, and I like it.
Porno?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't watch porn. There's no reason to. Why do I need to?
But we're not talking about individual.
It's not a reason to watch porn. You just watch it because you want to watch it, because you like it.
Well, I'm saying...
You got to have a reason for it.
But you get desensitized is what it is. I mean, it's too much when you get desensitized. It's like the first time you see a woman having sex with a horse on the internet, it makes you kind of sick to your stomach. But after a while, you can't even walk by an OTB without getting an erection. And that can't be good.
I don't know. I look at porn, man, and I only look at porn. People act like you're spending so much time watching porn. You don't spend that time watching porn. It's like 15 minutes, you off and you go to sleep. That's
15
it.
minutes?
That's all it takes for me. I'm sorry. That's it.
Hey, he's got a DVD.
All this downloading, what about the ethical issues of that? Downloading porn for free, you know, as artists, shouldn't we be supporting these girls, you know? I think of all the crystal meth money I've taken out of these girls' pockets.
There's got to be at least 20 to 30 million girls on the internet doing porn. Where are they? I can't meet one of them. Where are they?
What about relationship? Tell me that porno doesn't end up ruining your sex relationship.
I think it does.
Of course it's
What
wrong.
are you talking about?
That's wrong.
I never would have known about double penetration had I not seen a porno.
There you go.
That's a good point, but
I think it helps.
That's exactly it. It doesn't ruin your relationship.
I think it does.
I do.
I know it does.
No, I was doing something wrong, going down on a girl. She kicked me in my head with the heel of her foot and told me to go watch porn. That's a true story.
That's a very inspirational tale, but look.
It's a true story.
I know.
That really happened.
I know, but you said it was like a rags to riches story. She kicked me in the head and told me to watch porn. I came back.
Porn affects a relationship. There's no question porn affects a relationship. If you have a 7-inch penis and your wife's calling you baby schlong, you know, she's seen a little too much porn.
What is the most self-hating moment you've had in porn?
This is one time I go to the peep shows. That's because they didn't have to come down.
You don't have to explain it to us, but go ahead.
All right, you're right. I went to the peep show. I'm in there, I'm flipping quarters in the place. I turn around, a guy had stuck his penis through a hole in the wall. Now I kick at it, and I'm mad now. I go to the manager, I'm like, yo man, the guy just stuck his penis through the wall. This son of a bitch tell me I'm in the wrong section. I'm like, well, where the hell is the no sticking your penis in the wall section? What do you think?
Well, I actually had, it was maybe along the same lines. I was watching some one of this internet porn compilation, you know, and right as I was about to arrive at my destination, like a gay porn clip popped up. But it was like too late to stop because the train had already left the station, you know. So I had to like sit there and I just tried to picture one of them as like a woman with big muscles and short hair and a really giant clitoris. You know, and I do feel a little bit squeamish about that.
Sue, do you have any of those?
Yeah, one night I was right about to go have sex and I turned on the porno and Voss was there.
Where? On the porno?
On the porno, yes. Look at,
I was?
I know, but I recognize those teeth. That's the dental plan.
Both had big teeth. Both had big teeth.
You even told me, you said you're on the show so you can get dental insurance. They said they only give you $1,000. You said that's not enough for a cleaning.
So is slamming me. Jesus Christ. They're going to bump you up to headliner at Pips. I think my scariest thing in porn, because
I would say scariest and self-hating.
Oh, self-hating. Or whatever. I'm in this porno room.
Yeah.
And I put my penis through the wall. And out of nowhere, someone kicks it. What are the odds of that? And I hear some black guy screaming. I'm not in the wrong section. Please. Bring garbage.
Well, I still say, ultimately, even though I used to love porn so much, but I knew I was watching too much porn. You got to quit. It's like anything else. I knew I was watching too much. I was watching one of those perverted animal porn movies, and I recognized the goat from another movie. Now listen, he shaved his beard, but I knew it was him. Now stick around. We'll be right back after this. Come on. Now look, everybody, we were talking about affirmative action before, but it's not all tests and points. It's also about learning office culture. So what we did was we pulled a little reality TV trick. We got a real kid from a temp agency, not an actor, but someone who's looking for a job. I'm going to show him how the world works, the working world works. Say hello to Deshaun Hinton. Deshaun Hinton, everybody. Sean, thank you. All right. You're like the Joe Millionaire of this show. Without the money and the girls, but the Joe Millionaire, don't worry. Now, basically going for a job is about the interview first, okay? The main thing you have to know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, white people don't like black people. Just the opposite. You go in a job, they want you to say that they're cool. They want to be certified by you. That's the trade-off. You get the job and you make them feel kind of hip. So you walk in, let's say the interview, guys. That's the first person you have to get past. The interview is everything. Guy comes in, he's like, how you doing there, Deshaun? Yeah. You from, where are you from?
The Bronx.
Bronx. There's a kid, Jamal, from the mailroom. He's in the Bronx.
Yeah, I know.
Good. Good. All right. Now, this guy wants you to we must think he's kind of a street guy, and once in a while, white people occasionally do, and they don't mean it to be racist, they're just trying to, like, emulate things. They might try to do, like, an imitation of a black dude, you know? So he might be like, yo, what's up? Yo.
Hey. What's up?
Right, instead of giving him a nasty grill, you're like, oh, hey, you did that pretty good. You make him feel empowered that way. Now, okay. Next thing is no thug wear. Whatever you do, no thug wear. Do you understand? I know whenever you wear a do-rag, you may think it looks good among your friends, but you walk in an office, it looks like you're on, you know, the commissary line at Rikers waiting for cookies. Now look, what you can do if you want to be the mystery guy that people don't know too well. So maybe you'll throw on like a Steven Seagal thing on Dress Down Friday. You'll put on like a silk Steven Seagal type number. Toss a couple of karate magazines in the drawer. You don't have to learn karate, but you have the magazines right there. Maybe we'll hire like some Asian actress to play your girlfriend and meet you outside of work a couple of times, eh? The other thing is, there's certain people at work, and they're going to try you. Just like anywhere else in the world, they're going to try you. And all you can do, once again, is be like, ha, 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 good guy, or something like that. Just vague statements. First, you got the office conservative. He's going to try you. You read this? They give Iverson a humanitarian award. Guy's a criminal!
Good guy.
Good guy.
Love him.
Great guy. Next, you got the office liberal. Watch out for him, too.
Hey, man. You got that new Jay-Z album? It's off the hook, right? Right?
Good guy, right?
Wouldn't know Jay-Z if he saw him.
Ah, good dude, right.
Yeah.
Now you also have to watch out for your black co-worker who's always trying to find if you're selling out or not. They're always testing you.
The sizzle, my nizzle. Yo, man, why are you wearing Dockers?
Good guy. Good guy. Now, basically, small talk falls into two categories. One is, you can go 30 years at a job if you have the hangover jokes, okay? So you walk in with a semi-hangover, and you just go, ho, 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 ho. You know, you don't even say, well, you're bad, that's a wild man. You know, something like that. Just go, and then if somebody starts asking about drinking, you don't want to be the office drunk. So you say, I'm okay, not as bad as O'Brien was last night. Always pick an Irish guy, because he probably was bad last night. Now, the final thing you have to worry about is those moments. People don't tell you this on the job interviews. Those moments when you find yourself at the urinal and one of the big wheels in the company is there, okay? Here's where you just have to hit him with a couple of real, like, vague zingers. So he'll be like, you know, he won't know what to say. He'll say, how's your weekend? He doesn't know you in the company. Even if it could be like Tuesday, and he'll say, how's your weekend? How's your weekend? Too short. You said it. And then he'll feel like, oh, this is a regular guy. Because you don't have to know anything in a job. You have to know what not to do and how to make everyone feel comfortable. So basically, we're going to keep checking in. Deshaun's going to go for some jobs with my technique. And let's face it, it's not exactly like somebody giving you a technique who's like some job. It did pretty good in my life. And so check back with us. And folks, we're going to go to commercial, but be good. Or if you can't be good, be careful. Okay, right now this is an adults-only segment because I asked these guys to write a plot line for a porn movie and who they'd like to be their co-star. Let's start with Rich Voss.
All right. I'm playing golf with Liv Tyler. She stinks at golf, but what the hell. We're playing, she hits the ball into the woods. I follow her into the woods, right? She takes off all her clothes. I tie her to the tree with her bra. Then I hop back in the cart and finish a round of golf.
Greg Giraldo.
My porno movie would star my wife, and the plot would involve her just not busting my balls for one full day. And the final climax scene, I leave a dirty newspaper on the couch, and instead of that sparking a 2-hour rant about what newspaper ink does to fabric and how I never listen to things I've been told 1,000 times and how we really need a bigger apartment, my wife just says, honey, I love you with all your faults. Why don't you take a nice long nap? And then she throws herself out the window.
All right. Sue Costello.
My porno co-star would be Osama bin Laden because I could capture him with my really tight vagina and hold him until the FBI got there and I could save the world.
Wait, do you think he would leave one cave to go into another cave?
Keith Robinson.
The affirmative action porn movie. This is where I play a superhero freedom fighter named 12 Inches and a Mule. What I do is I set out to get anybody that opposes affirmative action. My first target is that evildoer George Bush. I go into the window of his house, or the White House it is, and I find his 2 daughters sitting there. Let's say, I don't know their names, let's call them 2 drunk bitches. All right? I put put on my 50-cent CD, and I break out some gin and juice, and we have a party, and I get them pregnant. That's it.
Well, I like the part about your 2 grandkids.
Well, you took up 2 minutes for that.
I am in. Here's my porn. My show. Anyway, we have time for this? Go ahead. Oh boy, hey, don't, go ahead. Don't force yourself. You're in favors, for Christ's sakes. All right, my point is I'm at Angelina Jolie's house. We start fooling around. Doorbell rings, she goes, Billy Bob Thornton's there. They start screaming at each other. I come over and say, excuse me, the lady would like you to leave. You know. He does a double take and he points at me and goes, this, you left me for this? And I go, hey, wait a minute, let's not get personal. He goes, this comedian whose only movie credit is Night at the Roxbury? I go, hey, listen, don't be a snob. You made some bombs too, Skinny. Like that dumb air traffic control movie. And then we booed him. Then she goes, you know, I was in that movie too. I didn't appreciate that. And I go, I didn't mean you. You were the only good thing in it. But by then the mood is broke, so I leave and I go home and I rent Gia and whack off to it. And nothing against you folks, but it's time for us to go home and wash this whole thing out of our system, don't you think? We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.